also import a Matplotlib library. So import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. So I said creating a figure. So remember when I said how do we create a figure? Just do some PLT. So now we have our Matplotlib as our PLT. The plots, it creates this. So this is like the figure for you. It creates this for you. So just do PLT.plot creates that plot for you basically. So now let's say I want to plot something in it. I could say okay, PLT.plot. So let me just pass a list of, let's say 2, 4, 6, 8, let's say 10. By the time I run this, you see you get a line. So it shows that okay, this is what I plotted. Let's create our x to be 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's say y equals to, let's make it 20. Axis equals to, so I want to plot my x versus my y. By the time I plot, you see this. So you have my x. And so there are different ways to plot, different things, data type you can use to plot. You could plot with your lists, you could plot with NumPy array, you could plot with pandas data frame, or plot with pandas series. So it depends on what you have. So let's create a NumPy array so that we have lots of data. Let's create another x. Say x equals to np.linspace. So it's to create, okay, so what this is so if you to look at our documentation, you put in your start, your stop, and the endpoint basically. And yeah, so for now, let's say we are creating from 0 to 20. I want how many? I need 50 points. Because just to use, let's use 100 points. Yeah, so my x will be, so if I do this, if I do x.shape, what would this give me? 100. So I have my x as 100. Let me plot x times. So this is still your line plot, still gives you the same thing. So the next, let's see scatter plots. So the same thing we want to plot, but we use scatter plot basically. Let me just copy this to the I do x.scatter. So remember with pandas, you do the df the plot, then you put the kind, but with Matplotlib is different, so you should know the difference and know when you want to use the different ones. If I plot my scatter, yeah, this is just a line. Let me plot something different, give it a different shape. It's okay. What I'm plotting my x against could be, let's say, the power of x. By the time I plot it, you see this nice curve. I could say power x power 3. Let's see what it gives us. You see our different scatter plots. Let's plot np.random. Building this, so I can say np.random as my x. I could say np.random v. Let me do times 2. So it's not the same thing. So you see the scatter. This is scatter. So I want it to be scatter. So you see you have different points scattered different ways. So this is the scattered plot. This is scattered plot. So we could also do bar plot. So let's also plot a bar plot using our Matplotlib. So most times, so in this case, let's use a dictionary. I could say, okay, let me create a dictionary of by now you should know how to create a dictionary already. So I can say, okay, now that's my data. My data is ready. So I can say, okay, let me create my figure and create my plot. So plots bar. So now I'm calling my dictionary. I created dictionary country dot keys. By now I expect you to know what dot keys and dot values mean. Yeah, the keys are the countries, while the values are the values themselves. So I can say, okay, let me even customize this. And so let me give it a title. X.set. In this case, I'm giving the title to the axis itself, not the figure. So you should know the difference basically. So it wouldn't really matter because I have one plot. By the time you start having multiple plots, you'll see the difference between the plot itself and the title, the axis title, the figure title. So do Y is what we call Y label. So the label for your Y axis, like we say, equals to, okay, let's say number of participants, number. So you see it's giving it, oh, you're customizing your plot, you're giving it a title and you have labeled. I could also do what X label country. You could say, okay, so you see country, number of participants, we have our title. Then you could also do so we have those, this is like the vertical plots. You could also do the horizontal plots, AX dot bar H. So it shows that horizontal, bar H horizontal. So you just do list. So you have to pass in a list for this horizontal. So what are the things I want to plot inside this? So I say the GNI country dot keys, GNI country dot values. So this is because we are using a dictionary. If you're using a data frame, for example, it will be a different case. Okay, what else? Keys. So now, so the same thing we have here, but we have it as in a different format. So like this. So you could also plot with your data frame. Maybe in other examples we'll see how we plot with data frame. Let's plot histogram with Matplotlib. So let's just use some random distribution. Let's use the X. Let's create our X again. So say X equals to numpy.random. So there are different ways to create values. You could use the random, you could use the lane space. There's random.random int, there's random.random. It just gives you random distribution, a random normal distribution. So if you rate the resources as the additional reading you get, you see how those different random methods or subplot, these things could, different things, depends on what you want to do. So with the random number, random gives you just random number, random int gives you integers, random normal is a random number, it gives you a normal distribution of your plots. So if I do this and say, okay, AX dot so I'm plotting my histogram, so I'm plotting X, I get, yeah. So most of the time, if you don't want to get all this, you just put the semicolon here. It just eliminates those things. So you see your random distribution. If I run this again, so this is what you give you a different distribution, basically because it's a random number. But if I use my seed, yeah, it's fixed.